collected from the handwritten journals of Martin Deller, LAPD retired homicide detective, found sealed in red tape in a condemned motel room in Kansas City, Missouri. Pages were brittle, many water-stained, with small magnetic shavings embedded in the spine. Here is a reconstructed transcription. Entry 1. The Shape of Silence. October 19th, 2014. They don't teach you to fear patterns in the academy. Not the kind I've started to notice anyway. They teach you to find them, use them, track them like blood trails. But this isn't a pattern that helps you solve a crime. It's a pattern that solves you. Sarah Hanley, 17. Vanished from a party in the woods outside Clackamas County. Standard missing persons at first glance. Her parents thought she ran away with a boyfriend. Her friends thought she was pranking them. Until the cops showed up combing the woods. That's where they found it. A perfect circle, 6 feet across, laid in bright red tape on the forest floor. At its center, absolutely nothing. No blood, no struggle. Not even a footprint inside the boundary. Just stillness. Quiet, like the tape itself muted the ground beneath it. I stepped into that circle and felt my eardrums flutter. That wasn't my imagination. It felt pressurized. Like I was inside a bubble of sound that had been pulled out of phase with the world. That was the moment I started Case 013. That was the last moment I slept soundly. Entry 3. Tape and Teeth, November 12, 2014. The Hanley girl wasn't the first. I started checking old MP reports across neighboring counties looking for similar markers. I found 5 kids missing in 5 different states. Always young, always alone, always from areas just remote enough that no one noticed they were gone until it was too late. And always, a piece of red tape left behind. Not crumpled, not torn, arranged, like someone or something was drawing a symbol, a sigil. One, designed to be read not by eyes but by some deeper sense. I drove out to an abandoned rest stop in Idaho where one of the disappearances had occurred in 2012. The site was condemned, but the tape was still there, faded, barely clinging to cracked concrete. It wasn't just a line, it formed a spiral, but the spacing between rings was mathematically precise. Golden ratio, Fibonacci, the same spacing found in galaxies, seashells, cochlear nerves. I bent down, touched it, my nose started bleeding. Entry 6. The Arrival of the Tapes March 3. 2015, the first tape came wrapped in brown butcher paper. No return address, no postmark. Just a VHS cassette marked 013A in red wax pencil. I still had an old player. Plugged it in. Watched. Static. Then a young man sitting in a motel room, visibly sweating. His eyes flick around the room like he's tracking flies only he can see. He says something I had to rewind and enhance to catch. The tape doesn't just see. It remembers you. He lifts his shirt. His skin is covered in red slashes, not cuts. Tape. Layered like bandages, except it's been applied under the skin. He begins pulling. The screen cuts out when he screams. No glitch. No power failure. The tape stops itself. Entry 9. The Man with the Lens. Face July 8, 2015. They don't appear in reflections. I've noticed that. Whatever they are, whatever watches behind the red tape, it doesn't show in mirrors. It corrupts digital footage, distorts magnetic recordings, but it won't reflect, which makes sense, I guess. Reflections imply form. These things don't have form, not in the way we understand. In the third tape, 03C, someone records a figure standing at the edge of their yard every night for a week. It never moves, never speaks, just watches, and its face is completely obscured by what looks like a reversed camera lens. You know how light distorts through thick plastic? Imagine a human head made of that. Not bone, not flesh, just shifting, refracting recording mechanisms. The homeowner tries to confront it on night 7. Brings a bat, walks right up to it. The moment he swings, the footage rewinds itself over and over, repeating the moment the bat passes through the figure and hits nothing but air. The 7th time through, the man is gone. But the camera keeps rolling. Entry 11. St. Eustace and the Audio Prophet, October 9, 2015. Dug deep into institutional fire records. Found something buried in the ruins of history. St. Eustace Asylum, Connecticut, 1972. The whole facility went up in flames after a patient riot. Only one person walked out alive. A former sound archivist named Abram Kale, committed for schizophrenia after claiming he could record people's thoughts and upload them into analog magnetic tape. He said the air is filled with memories, and only certain frequencies can decode them. He believed red tape was sacred, said it could seal the signal. In his old cell, left miraculously untouched by fire, investigators found the walls coated in tape spirals. The air was thick with soot, but the walls were clean. In the middle of the room sat a reel-to-reel recorder, unplugged, turning. One phrase had been scrawled into the ceiling in burnt ash. Listeners don't breathe. I'm starting to understand what he meant. Entry 15. The voice in the static, December 12, 2016. I stopped sleeping last month. I started hearing whispers in dead air, between channels on the radio, between words on recordings. At first, just nonsense, then phrases, then full conversations, and then my own voice, saying things I never said, apologizing, pleading, laughing. Sometimes I rewind the tape and there's no voice at all, but I remember it. That's the worst part. The memory stays even when the evidence is gone. Entry 17. Palo Duro Canyon. Final coordinates, October 10, 2021. The last tape, 0113M, had no footage, only static. But if you play it long enough, a pattern forms in the grain. I extracted it. It wasn't random. It was topography. GPS coordinates. Palo Duro Canyon, Texas. I went. I followed the coordinates to the edge of a narrow crevasse. No birds, no echo, just 13 identical red spirals laid across the rock floor like a language, written in silence. The air was heavy. I stood in the center. Waited. It didn't take long. The canyon darkened. The light flickered like frames missing from reality itself. And then I saw it. Not a creature, not a god, a format. Tall, thin, limbs like unspooled film, head a cluster of spinning reels, each one projecting an image of someone I'd lost. My daughter, my partner, my younger self, all watching me, all silent. The entity extended a hand and I felt every memory I'd ever had tremble. It wasn't trying to kill me, it was trying to record me. Entry 18. I am out of tape, undated. If you're reading this, it's too late. You're part of it now. That's how it spreads. Not by infection, not by ritual, by observation. You looked at the patterns. You read the words. You replayed the tape in your head. And now, so is he. He's listening from the other side of the screen. All he needs is your silence. So stop reading. Don't scroll back. Don't rewind. Don't look behind you. And, above all else, do not finish this sentence.